We had problems with the mouth before, but what's happening now?
In Sydney's west, Carol and Ray have brought in their schnauzer Sally to Rob for a much-needed return visit.
Well, it's just that the tooth's starting to break up now, and the top one could come down and crunch into it.
It wasn't that long ago that we had to anaesthetise her and take nearly all her teeth out. We left two. We thought she could chew those, a top and bottom tooth at the back. Just pop her up here, Ray, for me. Just lean her over. Is it good? Hey, Sally, my darling.
Carol and Ray rescued Sally from a puppy farm. Her condition was so bad that her teeth were falling out and her kidney and liver functions were compromised.
The poor little teats that she had were hanging down about an inch, and that was so sad when I saw her like that. And then when I brought her home, she just scuttled straight into a corner. She was so terrified.
The top tooth's gone.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, it's just the bottom tooth. The bottom tooth's going into the jaw, into the top jaw virtually. The bottom tooth is jamming itself into that top jaw over and over again. Every time she just closes her mouth, that's happening to her. If we let it keep going, it'll eventually infect the bone, which we don't want. An infection of the bone is called osteomyelitis. If she gets infection of the bone, there's hell to pay. We're not going that far. We'll take that tooth out today. She's not had an easy life, and thank God for you people giving her such a beautiful home. She's very spoiled, Carol.
Pirouettes beautifully when I get up and say good morning to her. She's like a ballerina. I come out and I say, good morning, Sally, and she looks at me and she does pirouette. It's really interesting. She goes round and round. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Bye, treasure. See you soon.
Rob will need her to pass a vital blood test.
Good girl, good girl. This is to make sure that all her organ functions and everything is fine before we do the anaesthetic. She's been through such trauma in her life, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have some issues of kidney function or liver function, and of course that's going to affect the anaesthetic. Okay, we'll put these in the lab. I have a real soft spot for this little dog, to be honest. I tend to feel a bit for her, for what she's been through. Dogs don't ask to be brought into the world, but when they are, we owe it to them. It behoves us to give them a decent life. She had anything but that at the start. All this for one tooth, one tooth. All her bloods have come back normal, really normal, which is great. Like I said, she really has had a really rough start to life. So we're happy. We're just going to still use gas because we want to get her home as quickly as possible. And hold it. Okay, lights on. Camera action. And that's a really big tooth. You can see the hole that's forming in there. And we don't want it to break through that gum line up the top and into the bone, or we're in trouble. So that tooth, even though in itself it's probably a healthy tooth, has to go. Her teeth were rotting before, they were literally falling out of her, and in fact the infection was causing a lot of problems. Even last time we did bloods on her, she was not good. And it was all because of infection from the mouth, from the rotten teeth. And we ended up having to take all bar 2 teeth out. One of those 2 teeth that we left has fallen out. And so now we've got to take this last one out. You grab some swabs, please, Alessandra. Thanks. Just swab it there for me. But it has to come out because it's causing a lot of damage to the top jaw. You know, it's digging in. It's got a hole there, and it's hurting her. You know, it's actually causing her pain now. Okay, our job is done. All that root there, all that was inside the bone. 1 stitch and we're done.
With the problematic tooth now removed safely, it's time to wake Sally up.
It's me. Hey guys, here she is.
How good is that?
All done, all done.
Darling, so lovely to see you.
So she's a little bit groggy from the gas, but she'll be more and more awake. By the time you get home, she'll be fully awake. Now, do you want the tooth put under her pillow tonight for the tooth fairy? No? No, okay.
We haven't got any threepences anymore.
No threepences?
No.
What happened to them?
Beautiful.
What couldn't she eat?
Whatever she's been eating normally, whatever you've been giving her, don't change it.
Change it.
Pumpkin, carrots, really soft, really cooked up. We don't want al dente, we're going to be soft.
Yep.
So soft and mashed, yeah.
Oh, so relieved. And she looks so good. So beautiful, don't you, darling? I'd say tomorrow morning there'll be pirouettes, won't there? Little pirouettes.
All the best.
Keep dancing then.
Keep dancing.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure, darling.
Oh,
All the best.
yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
Good job. Oh, so good. Such a good girl.
In Bondi, Kate's first patient is British short-hair cat, Sumo.
So Sumo came to see me today. I did notice that she was holding her eye closed and it was quite painful.
Owners Claudia and Andy are worried about the 18-month-old's nasty-looking eye.
She woke up with a swollen eye, and it looks like there's a bit of infection in the eye. So we're getting that checked out.
Just a bit of dye in this eye.
Kate suspects Sumo may have a painful ulcer and is using a special dye to check for any irregularities.
So this is Sumo. She has a crummy eye. She's had a bad eye for a day or two, and I'm just having a look at it. So this is just a little UV light, and this enables us to be able to actually have a look at the eye and say, what is wrong with this eye? How deep is the ulcer? And how extensive is it? This is the thing about ulcers, right? It's so easy to miss them because they hide. So as soon as it's too sore, that little third eyelid pops up. See, there we go, we can see it. See that whole green bit?
Oh my God.
And yes, it turns out that she has a whopping great ulcer on that eye. See that whole green bit?
Oh my God.
In Bondi, Kate has just discovered that rescue cat Sumo has a massive ulcer on her left eye.
This is a really bad ulcer. This basically takes up her whole cornea, so the whole front of the eyeball is damaged. Those things can be an absolute bother to get better, even to a point that sometimes they can lose their eye. So what I need you to do, Cleo, is take a picture so we can see how bad that is.
Oh gosh.
This is not good.
It's time to break the news to Claudia and Andy.
She's been a very good girl.
She looks sad.
She is pretty sad. So that left eye has a giant corneal ulcer. So the reason that she's holding it closed so much is because actually the whole front part of the eye has come off. If it starts to get worse, we need to catch it early. Eyes can go bad very, very quickly. And as you can imagine, we don't want to lose this eye, which is the worst case scenario. Right, so this is her eye, and this is with some dye in it. And you see that mark on the front of the cornea there?
Yeah.
So that's basically where all the top layer of the skin actually come off. So the risk with these is that they can get deeper. And as you can imagine, when they get too deep, you know what happens. That the inside of the eye comes to the outside, which is not good. And then we can't save the eye. So the plan is to not let that happen. Today what we're going to do is we're going to medically manage it. So we're going to start some antibiotic drops. We're going to use some pain relief because this is really, really scratchy, and some anti-inflammatories. And we're also going to use a lot of lubricant. You know what this would feel like, because I've had one, is it feels like there's sand in your eye. So it's very irritating to the eye. I actually had a corneal ulcer on my eye. So I feel really sorry for these cats and dogs where this happens. Be careful of your eye. She's such a good girl.
Kate's confident Sumo's eye will heal in a few days.
Hi, Sooms.
She's a little mad at you at the moment.
She really is, isn't she?
Bye. Thank
See ya. Bye, guys.
3 days after Kate treated cat Sumo's nasty eye ulcer, it's fully healed, and the 18-month-old British shorthair is back to her cheeky self.